Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I'm gonna paint because the power's out. As I'm videoing this, there's a blizzard going on outside. It's a nasty blizzard. And it's, I can't cook on the stove, can't work on the computer, so let's paint. I'm gonna paint a rooster and a hen. I found this on Unsplash, unsplash.com. I'll link it in this video's description. I'm going to paint it on an 11 by 14 inch cradled wood panel. It's from US Art Supply. They don't sponsor this video. 1.5 inches thick. I've got clear gesso on it. I've also had already printed out, which I'm grateful for, the photo to scale. I scribbled on the back of it with black chalk pastel. I'm going to trace it onto my wood panel, and I'm going to use primary colors. Okay guys, let's have some fun. Let's set the table. Gosh, it's a couple hours later just because I'd stop and walk around, text my kids. I still don't have power. I think I'll have light for a couple more hours. All right, so I mixed. I thought it was more muted, but now that I see it on here, it's not nearly as muted as I had in my head. But I made a blue-green, added some quinacridone to it, added some black to it to mute it down. I think it could have been even softer. Here, let's back up a bit. These are all Liquitex, titanium white, cad yellow medium hue, quinacridone magenta, Mars black, those are all basics, and then phthalo blue-green shade is a heavy body. But I like it. I use this 1/4 inch craft brush. It's an angle brush. And did what I call the high school portrait background, and just smear paint on it. Sometimes I let it dry and come back and smear some more paint on it. So generally darker in the corners and lighter as I go down. I mixed a putty color, a little bit of everything. So you can make a brown with quite a bit of yellow, a little bit of quinacridone and black. And then I added some blue to it just to cool it down. Could add some of this color to it. And I'm a little nervous how that's going to work, but I think it'll be fine. I'm just painting. I'm sort of hinting at sky and ground, but not a lot. Okay guys, I think that sets the table. I'll be back in a bit. Just a couple of comments. I painted the first layer of the faces, comb, wattle, and legs. This is probably a month later. I started painting a bunch of little paintings because I'm very grateful to be selling them and I need to build up some inventory. So I'm telling you that because I did save the background color, but it's pretty sticky. So I'm gonna wet my palette knife and stir it up a little bit. I could mix it again. Even if it dries out completely, I can mix a really close color. Same with the brown gray. But the other colors, the cad yellow medium hue, quinacridone magenta, Mars black, titanium white, I scraped them off. And now I'm thinking that I might want to start another palette for the actual hen and rooster, because, well, I don't know. They're mostly gray, brown, white, and then kind of this, raw sienna yellow oxide color. Oops, I'm gonna tilt it so we don't get so much glare. And the backgrounds, I think I want to say always make me nervous, but always is such a definite, finite thing. 90% of the time, the backgrounds make me nervous. But now that I have a little bit on there, I'm doing better with it because I think the chickens will come forward. The feet could be done. I'm painting them kind of loose. I need to put shadows underneath them, underneath the chickens, but I'm going to wait to do that till I get more of the chickens in there. And then this is my first round. So I'll make the comb and wattles more red. I'm just finding values and underpainting. Oh, and the eye isn't. The beak could be done. The beak might be done. The eye isn't. Okay, I just wanted to pop in and let you know what's going on. I'll be back in a bit. Thought I'd pop in with a couple of comments. So why am I doing this painting in this order? I almost always on chickens and hen and a rooster, chickens, do the least part of the face or all the face first and the comb. I just feel better and it takes a lot more time. It's a little brush. I use this, where'd I put it? This little brush from Princeton. It's a number 1 round. I don't know. I think you can see it. And I just feel better when I get it done. Also, the feathers are going to go like on top, a little bit on top of that. A little bit over there. So to me, it's also underneath the feathers or behind the feathers. Same with the legs. I'll have some feathers going over them. And then the other thing I wanted to comment on is I just mixed a gray. So it was originally black and titanium white and painted these feathers. And then I added some yellow to it and some more black and made a really dark, barely green color. I don't know if you can see that. And then I'm using that little brush and this, what is it, 1/2-inch angle brush from Royal and Langnickel. It's the Moderna line. I use this sometimes and then sometimes I get in there with a little brush. And I'm really liking the subtle value changes. And then sometimes it goes green and sometimes it goes a little blue. But I don't know if you could see it, but maybe if I get it close. So I'm off to the side of my phone. I can't tell if you can really see it. Hopefully you can. I'll show you I don't remember if I showed you those before and they were done. I think I did. I don't think that was done. And I didn't follow the shape of the comb exactly. Partly just because it's been so long since I worked on this one. And so, whoop, I just knocked that off. Here, we're gonna wiggle a little. So these feathers are on top of these feathers. So I painted these first. And then these feathers are on top of those feathers. And then these feathers will go on top of these feathers. So you don't have to always do that, but it can be easier sometimes. So I'm gonna paint this. And I might paint the whole hen. She's pretty much these colors. Or I might just finish the rooster. Okay, guys, I just wanted to pop in with what I'm thinking. Oh, I know I mentioned I still need to put a shadow in and maybe a couple of weedy things. Oh, this just popped into my mind. I can't see, oh, my reference photo closed. I can't see the feet very well. I can't see all the toes. I mean, I cut that out of Photoshop, but I couldn't, all the toes aren't there. I feel like that one's missing a few too. Let's see if I have the original here. Oh, I do. Yeah, so you really can't see. That's okay, we'll just put some grasses or some weeds in there. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I'm gonna stop for today. I was just sitting here thinking, I think I worked on it 3 hours this afternoon. About an hour and a half this evening. So that's 4.5 hours. And that's the face, everything pretty much but the background. I might have had just a little bit done, like a little bit on the eyes, but that was about it before today. My paints are really drying out. You probably can't tell. They're getting sticky. They've just been out in the air too long. I'm gonna start another palette when I get to the rusty orangey colors, which is why I put in these marks. I may end up painting over them, but I'll still be able to see them. Plus, even if you can't see them, I think you remember what you did. What else? This is still, I'm still working on it's an odd shape. Here, I'm going to show you the reference photo. Isn't that kind of an odd shape? So I'm still working on it, but I've got the general dark areas, light areas. I think I could go darker. Oh yeah, I could go darker. Just the little, I'm not painting as much detail of all the feathers, but I'll paint sort of this C shape or this curve and just kind of watch the curves and the direction of the feathers. That helps a lot. That's what I did here. Okay, I don't know if there's really anything else to comment on. I'm really starting to like the colors. Really pretty. I'm excited to see. Sorry, I'm gonna wait a second so I back up and finish that thought. Pretty soft light for the most part. Pretty much coming from the top. Pretty much from the top, maybe a little from the left. I can always come back and exaggerate that or darken, whatever. What I was gonna say, so blue and orange are complements. So I've kind of got a blue, I'm gonna have some oranges. I think that'll be really fun. I think that'll be really pretty. Okay, guys, I'll be back tomorrow. What do you think? I really like it. This teal, gray teal, aqua, maybe aqua's the right color, background made me nervous, but now I really like it. And I think I've already mentioned in this video, I know I've mentioned it in past videos, that my backgrounds almost always make me nervous. But I've got a lot of cool in the rooster, quite a bit of cool in the hen. Excuse me. So the pops of yellow, orange, rust colors are really fun. And then, so I've got, excuse me guys. So I have a simple design structure. So these two are on the third, is why I'm drawing this line down like that. It's about a third. It's almost a fourth. They're looking at each other, which helps. Hang on. Okay, I took a drink. Hopefully that'll help. But this area right here is so strong that it keeps you there. I really like that. The aqua color, I've got a little bit here, there. I don't really have the beige up in the background. There's a little bit, but it blends right in with the aqua. And then I smeared, it was much stronger when I smeared it, but I think it's okay that this dried down. There's a smear there. It's fun. It's fun. I like it. I like the simple hints of grasses. I don't put too much in. You know, I put in the shadow, then I put in even a little bit more shadow. I think that's about all there is to talk about. So the design, you know, this is about a quarter, this horizon line, or however you see it. I see it as a horizon line. I see this as a sky. So really simple design, about a quarter. And I think that's more of a third. They're looking at each other, which is already that way in the photo. And then all this pop of color right here. Okay, hopefully those comments help. I don't know if I can square it up. Oh, maybe for a screenshot. I'm hoping that's it because I'm leaning forward to see the front of my phone. We'll do kind of a tour here. Sorry about the wiggle. That's my hand. Oh yeah, there you can see some of the grasses better. I kind of slid towards me as I went up. Maybe I'll just pull it towards me so you can see. Oh, now I can't tell if I've hit the end. Okay, yeah, I did. Not a lot of detail in those feathers. They're just feather shape-ish. I added the tail to the hen. So painted some darker color shapes and came back with one coat of white over it. I could make it a little stronger with a little bit more white on top of that, another coat of white. So I think I've shown you, oh, I don't know if I've shown, here, we'll go a little closer, the warmer parts of the chickens. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to the rooster. I think I'm gonna title this, Who's the Boss? Like they're having a discussion. Okay guys, let me know if you give this a try. It's so fun to read the comments. As of this video, I'm still, as long as I see them, sometimes YouTube doesn't show me the comments, but I respond to every comment because if you take the time to reach out to me, I want to make sure you know I saw it and read it and how much I appreciate you. I also appreciate your support. I couldn't do this without all of you. Great big happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye guys.